It's a power hour. I'm back, bitches.
He's back. He's back.
Can't keep him away.
Yeah, you can't keep me away. Listen,
do it.
it's either this or I'm inside fucking manhandling the boys.
Getting barfed on.
And barfed on. The toddler fighting me.
Dude, not even yet. There's those babies are still baking. Just give them another couple months.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Anyone who feels sorry for me about having twins or anything, don't like. Right now is the easiest. Right now,
Buddy, they're
knock on
basically
wood.
made a silly putty right now.
Yeah, and honestly,
Easy. They don't move.
And they're preemies, so it's like literally all they do. The only annoying thing about preemies is like you have to make sure they're maintaining their weight gain. So that means like regimented 3-hour feeds, 24/7. So that's like the only thing. And then honestly, the twins are easy. The toddler is killing us right now with his like sleep regressions at the same time. Like he's kind of acting out a little bit.
Oh yeah, it'll get worse too.
Yeah, and it's just kind of you're
Big
just kind of like you're like if you would have just gone back to sleeping,
dude. Just wait till the twins are like start interacting a bit more. You pick him up more. He sees that he's gonna be fucking pissed.
Oh, dude, he comes and gives them
You're
kisses.
gonna fucking
It's
walk in
nice.
and he's gonna have a pillow over their faces. You're gonna be like, you gotta stop.
He jumped in their bassinet today, and it was a bit of a fucking. Everyone was like
Just fucking frog splash into the bassinet.
Honestly, it's like they were born April 11th. It's just been I don't know what day it is, what time it is. Like it's just been such a whirlwind.
Power hour. That's what time it is.
Yeah, boy.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah, power hour. I mean, if this is your first episode you've ever heard us podcast, you should probably go to a different one.
Yeah, listen. Everyone knows when someone comes back or there's a surprise return, it's power hour. Anything that was scheduled.
When someone comes back from the dead, and in this case, Braden died twice.
Yeah.
Physically and metaphorically, he died. He's been resurrected.
Yeah.
He's back. He's actually in the 6-month, 100-square-foot shed he's been building for 6 months. He's finally in there.
I'm in here.
Look at that beautiful insulation and poly.
Jerk shack is complete.
Jerk shack.
It would have been. My plan was to
99%.
finish it, but now the twins came early, so it's like I can't finish it. I have to finish it while I'm also in it because all my studio is in their room, and I was like, have to use their room.
It's gonna take with all the jerk fucking breaks you're gonna be taking. Like you're gonna be JOing way too much. That place is gonna take 6 months.
That's going to be a 1-year shed till it's done.
I straight up came in. I was like, I got to do some work on the studio because
you came.
I got to record with the boys, and I just sat out here and laid on the concrete. That's it.
Just
I didn't get anything done.
silence.
Yeah, it was It's like you can't hear anything in here, so I was just like, oh my god, this is
Dude,
just
you know what?
great.
That is such a true thing that's happened after becoming a dad. There's just once in a while where it's just like, if there's no one in the house,
It's amazing.
dude, I just sit there, no TV, put the phone away, and just like,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's the
imagine
best.
like taking a shit and there's no one banging on the door.
Daddy, 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 daddy.
You guys can close the door. I already can't close the door. If I close the door, I can't even join. I just have to have Roman sitting there watching me. Like, that's the only way I can.
Eye contact.
Yeah, he sits there, and I'm like, yeah. And then every now
He's
and
like,
then
you
he
watch me poop,
He goes
so
stinky.
I have to watch you
And
poop.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, well, you want it in here?
All right, boys, I got a question for you.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Who are you taking? Fully grown silverback gorilla or 100 grown men?
Yeah,
100
taking?
growing men?
100 grown men.
I'll take
are they
100.
trained?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, what kind of
Average. 100
Average off the
grown
street.
average men from the ages of 22 to 45.
Oh, like prime men too, like prime
Dude,
100
I don't know.
Like
average
prime
men.
men are like, I pulled the average guy off the street.
The average man.
Like, imagine if this podcast had 100 hosts. Is that
Exactly.
what we're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
my
I think we're
thought-
a little below average, if
I
I'm
was
being honest.
I was thinking that. I was like, because I was like, man, I was like, if you're swarming, like, first off, you gotta like, are you allowed to have some huddle time with the boys before you take on the gorilla? Like, can you Batman plan, or is it like fuck gorilla drops? You know what I
Gorilla
mean? It's
drops.
Like,
You're
drops
in a
into
room
no
with
plan,
you're in a room with 100
fuck.
strangers,
and the gorilla
and the
just
gorilla
fucking
drops.
The
You're in
floor
center.
opens
And he's
up, and you're
mad.
like, what's coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's
Dude,
you're
100
fucked.
100's a lot of guys though. I mean,
Yeah, but what's going to happen is a gorilla's going to pull the fucking jaw off the first guy, and everyone's going to be like, "Where's the fucking door?"
No, there's no choice. Fight or flight. We have to choose fight. I think the thing
There
that's
is
going.
a third choice. Die. Like, pretend to die. Like, I'm feigning death right away. I think in that kind of situation,
You'll be the first one to present ass. Just bend over.
Take it. You know what? The gorilla's got a tiny, tiny little penis, so you'll be fine. Won't even feel
Here's
it.
the thing, though.
Won't even feel it.
Dude, I've been to the zoo.
Gorillas
Though.
are-
They thrust.
gorillas
Though
are-
they thrust.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not endurance athletes. Like they're built for fucking quick, explosive movements. Like a gorilla's gonna gas relatively fast.
Like
I give him fucking like
guys can
5 to 7 minutes of smash time, and then he's gonna gas hard.
It's a lot of time.
That's
Yeah, but it's
lot of
100 people.
time. Yeah.
It's 100, like 100 people.
That's probably, probably at least
He'll probably take
10,
out fucking
15.
30 or 40 of them, but by
10,
that time, he's
15.
fucking piled on.
I
don't
think
even know what
if
you do.
if you can get at least like 8 guys on each limb, like an arm. Like they have to be able to grab the arms though, and then
And like
pin
a
it
gorilla
down.
is about 8 times as strong as the average person.
If you can get 4
I-
or 5 guys on each limb, you stand a chance.
Yeah, if you can get 4 or
Fucking
5
rights.
people on each one, you can probably.
Hey, Dan, you got to turn your mic up a little bit. It's quiet
Yeah,
again.
a little
that shit
quiet.
up.
It's
Give it a little nudge.
You're honestly though, like there's no
There?
fucking way.
Maybe a little
There's
bit.
no way. It's
Humans
going to
are
be so
taking it.
pandemonium because it's like the first. There's going to be a really long period of time at the beginning of this fight where people are like trying the doors, realizing they're locked in, and this gorilla is just shredding people until like the consensus is like we have to fight. But it's like you still need someone to be like, we have to fight back.
But
As this gorilla's pulling
Well,
limbs
it's going to
off.
be instinct because this thing's
Dude,
grabbing you and
but
slamming you.
what,
like,
yeah, but the thing is, like, think about what a chimp does to people. This is a gorilla. The second it puts its hands on you, you're done. That's it.
well, that's what I mean. But
you're
how
done.
many? There's 100 people. How many hands does he get on these people before they pile on this motherfucker? And I'm talking like a gorilla cannot sustain heavy act. Like it's all muscle. It is pure ball of fucking muscle. That thing
Jacked.
is raging for like I give it under 10 minutes that thing could
I
fucking
would give
go
it a
spasm
minute.
for.
I think a minute and it's
Yeah.
toast.
And it's gonna burn out hard. And when it burns out, then we just
Just,
fucking let's go.
just,
Fake, just
dude,
yeah.
they've got like the muscles though. You're probably hurting your hands punching it.
I mean,
how many fucking big
you're gonna
muscle
have to-
dummies get
dude,
punched
You're
out
gonna
all
have
the time?
to get on its back and just like go for its eyes. Just like gouge them out.
Oh, yeah.
Try and get the eyes out. That's number one. If you get his eyes out, you win.
100%.
I mean, you're gonna lose a few guys trying it. Let's be honest.
Now, fucking
first guy
grizzly or
gets-
something, different story.
The first guy gets on his back, just instantly gets grabbed and just fucking hammer thrown into the ground, dead instantly.
yeah, that guy. That guy's a hero, though.
The first guy's a hero. No
Build a
doubt.
monument for that guy. That guy's
100%.
dumb, but he's also a hero.
And you know, after that guy 2 to 10, almost as
Probably
much of the
10.
hero because they're trying. Now the gorilla's gassing, right?
Okay,
They're
so
down 10.
How
we
many?
got 90 left.
How
Yeah,
many
but
the fucking
what if
gorilla
this is
take out?
Harambe back for revenge? Like, what if it's that? Like,
Well, yes, true.
You know what I mean?
Is this? Yeah, is this because they have a vendetta?
does he have like? Does he know
Is he
that
fueled
he's like?
by
He's like,
vengeance.
yeah. He's like, listen, I wanted to have sex with that little boy, and you guys killed me. Now I'm back. Gorilla Jesus.
Well, I mean, if it's a zombie gorilla, we're toast. Like it's back from the dead. You can't be killed again.
Yeah,
You're
listen,
undead.
if that
now.
all of a sudden you like hear that thing be like ape good, human bad. Get the fuck out of that,
Dude, the first thing I'm doing is
yeah, yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah, I mean, 100, I think, takes out a gorilla eventually.
I'd
But
say
you
all
lose
day.
a lot. You lose a lot of guys.
I'd say you lose at least 40, 30 to 40.
Just average.
Blunt force trauma.
I don't know.
Blunt
30,
force
40.
40's a
trauma.
lot, but
I think
What
like
do you-
10,
could be.
15.
No, dude, that thing has a touch of death.
but imagine that this.
It's 8 to 10 times strong as an average person.
Imagine this
It grabs a hold of
weird
you.
out. Yeah.
It could
but it
literally.
doesn't. But it doesn't know the mechanics of throwing a punch, though. Like it's not deeching people out. The
Buddy,
problem is it's pulling
it
your
doesn't
arm
need-
out.
It just like
doesn't-
his arms like
Dude, they
tree trunks.
fucking pound each other.
They just
No, you know what's going to
They
happen
do
though?
the fucking 2-hand, like the bro push.
This is how the
One
gorilla.
bro push, you're dead.
This is how the gorilla would really cause some chaos. He'd rip a bigger guy's arm off, so now he has like a
Beat us with it.
30-pound club, and he just
just he'd be like
windmilling
Lord
people.
Sauron.
yeah, just fucking
leashing the
whirlwinding
rest of
through
us.
everyone. Because if he
Let me
gets a
tell you
weapon
something.
or a stick, it's over.
I'll tell you right now, if we ever are unfortunate enough to be in a room with fucking 96 other guys, and then a mean ass gorilla, I will tell you something. At no point ever is my hand. I'm not touching the fucking gorilla. I am standing at the back.
You're in the corner. You're staring at the wall.
No.
You're pushing guys. Being like,
I'm pushing. Get him!
Yeah, get him, boys.
We all have to attack at once. Yelling the Independence Day.
You become the supervisor. You become the fucking sergeant. You know,
Yeah.
sending people to their death. All right, boys. Whatever comes out that gate. Big speech. Get them all ramped up.
But just so we all agree,
Oh fuck!
100 guys win.
100 guys.
I
win.
don't.
100 wins.
I think
Listen.
100 win.
100 wins. I seen a fucking British chick take down 1,000 dudes. In like 12 hours.
Wait, so did they release the video? Did they film that?
I mean,
I don't even think that mathematically makes sense. Like
Pretty sure she
1,000
did.
guys in 12 hours.
I was all over Twitter for like a month.
I know, I saw,
what she
but I was
claimed.
like, I thought it was a hoax because I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. How many thrusts?
I don't think
each guy
I don't
getting?
think dudes have to like climax. I think it's
They're
just in and out.
in and
one
out,
quick
and then
pump.
out.
P and VG.
No, that doesn't count.
In,
You gotta-
out, and out.
That's got to be a full bukkake soup. That's what that's got to be.
Buddy, okay,
doesn't
listen.
count.
You're telling me fucking Mr. like 999's getting a nut? There's no way. There's no way.
He's getting a nut.
Sub 500 or over 500 guys are like. No,
she said there was. She did like 1,005 because there was 5 guys waiting, and she's like, "Well, might as well let him in."
Oh my god, poor lady.
What is it? I got a new phone. I don't know where the calculator is. What? So it was 12 hours.
1,000 divided.
That's fucking. That's like barely a minute a person. It's like a minute and a bit.
Yeah, it's a
You get like minute 20
I
seconds.
mean, we've been there.
I mean, sure, it can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even need. Sometimes that's long. You know,
It's
been a while.
The conspiracy there is that it didn't happen. There's no fucking way.
the
There's
girl
no
who did
way.
100, like just before that, made 124 hours. Sure, I guess.
Yeah, and I remember
1,000?
reading the article. It was like, girl who does that instantly regrets it and is broken down into tears.
For sure. That's not something.
Like, times that by 10? No.
You know, it's
There's
one
no
thing
way.
to be an adult, like film star, you know, have some fun for a few years. Those videos linger forever. But now you're known as the girl who did 1,000 in one day.
In 12 hours.
12 hours.
It's crazy, man.
You know what she's going to be, though? She's going to be like just like Riley Reid. She's going to get married, have a baby. People will forget all
The
about
baby's
her.
just gonna fall out. Just fucking tumble out on the ground. Somersault. It's just horrible.
It comes out feet first.
Yeah. Fuck.
You know what? Some people, you know, you want to make a name for yourself. There's not a
Hey, they're millionaires, man.
most stuff has
Yeah.
been done, right? That's probably one of the few things that hadn't been done, and she did it. So good for her. Bonnie
Listen,
Blue, right? That was her name? Bonnie Blue?
I don't know.
I think it was Bonnie Blue.
Oh,
So
agree
the
with it to
1,000
make
guys,
sure.
of the 1,000 guys, you're getting less than a minute. Less than a minute.
Who fucked 1,000 guys?
You know what though? Listen, I'm like, if you transplanted me as a person
Bonnie
into
Blue.
the body of like a
Oh, wait,
hot girl,
1,057 guys.
Oh my
there's no way.
God.
There's no way.
That's what she's claimed.
In 12 hours.
There's like she must have. Why else would you do it other than just to claim? There's got to be like a
Is it a Guinness?
buddy. That would be one.
Is it a
hell of
Guinness record?
montage,
Does she get
eh?
it in the book?
Dude, each guy's getting 68 or 0.68 of a minute.
It's crazy.
So like just over 30 seconds.
Shit, there's got to be footage. Like she's
non-stop.
So what
No
you got?
breaks.
You got to walk in fluffed. Then you got to be fluffed up. You got to be ready to
Yeah.
go.
You're in
Oh
line.
yeah, you can't be pushing rope. Like it's no dice. It's not gonna work.
You just it's like a
gross.
popsicle, like a splint. Got to tape up quick pops.
No,
No. it's-
I don't know how you are though.
Bonnie
Like, you
Blue is
gotta
an
be-
alien. All right, that's the only way this makes sense.
Oh, 100%.
and she's stealing everybody's DNA.
Yeah, 100%.
That makes sense.
She's going to go back to
Okay.
fucking...
She's equipped with a fucking genetic compiler. She's
Yeah.
gonna make these fucking fake
But
little
she
babies.
is a genetic compiler for sure.
Yeah, it's...
Fuck.
The other thing is, I no longer... Anyone who's ever captured any kind of video of any kind of cryptid in low light, it's a hoax, man. There's no way. because somehow I accidentally fucking screenshotted myself on.
Oh, dude, that was so funny.
Oh, buddy.
Can you
Dude,
show
I look like a fucking troll.
I think
don't know if it's like a.
I
don't know
can
if
see
it's
your
a
little
nut.
pig snout in that.
I don't know if it's a nut. I don't know what that is. I was like, is that a nut?
It's your little pig snout.
Buddy,
It's cold.
my first-
It's cold in there, so it's just a little snout just poking out.
Buddy, my
I
first
look
thought,
like
I'm
a
like,
troll
why
stealing kids.
Why is Hodor grabbing these children in the middle of the night naked? Like, what is happening?
Those baby cameras add like fucking 30 pounds,
Sure.
and it's a bad angle. It was like the
It was
low
a-
light must stretch
It
you.
was a bad angle. It looked like you had no ass and just this huge shoulders, like hulking over.
Oh, it was weird.
You're like grabbing a child. The worst part is,
Remember the boomers from Left 4 Dead?
yeah, that's what I look like. It's terrible. And I was like, I don't look like that. I took a picture of myself naked afterwards. I was like, I don't look anything like
No,
that.
but you're like contorted in a
Yeah.
weird like way. And
gotta
you're
make
like-
sure.
And you're just like, you're not.
I'm
nothing's being
looking
held
at it
in.
right now, and it's for sure you got a little pig snout poking out there. I think.
Is it pig stuff? I wasn't sure if it was a little bit of nut.
So I can't
wasn't
put
sure.
it on YouTube because we'll get flagged
Yeah.
for nudity.
Oh yeah.
You know what's crazy to me is like, there's a few of those guys. Like one of those guys is one of the 100 or the 1057.
And just the angle
had to
of
do that.
angle of the shot, I can't even crop it out, so I can't even zoom in.
Yeah, if you put a little eggplant or something or a smiley face over that little cryptid sighting.
Yeah, let me edit.
Dude, it was
let me edit the photo.
honestly. So how I found that photo, I was submitting my prescription for my glasses, and it said like, okay, upload your prescription. So I screenshotted my prescription, and then it's like upload the photo, and it pulls up your camera roll. And then all of a sudden that was there. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then
What the fuck is Baron Harkonnen doing in my fucking phone?
So I like close out and I go to my camera. I'm like, what is this? So I had my phone in my left hand because I was watching Roman outside his door because he's been jumping out of his crib having a meltdown. So I've been going in and catching him, putting him back in. And I just must have, as I caught him and was putting him back in, I must have screenshotted the camera on the phone. Dude, that's terrible.
Why do you have a shaved Sasquatch?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking doesn't look.
I was like,
dude.
why is my back so big? I was like, what the fuck?
It's like it's
I
got
don't-
this huge hunch in it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't look like that. It's the worst angle. Oh, dude, terrible. I was like, I got to get on this running challenge ASAP. This is brutal.
You're gonna last 3 days on the challenge. Your knees are gonna be exploded.
Oh, no, wait a minute, dude. 4 days.
Guess what? I'm going to. I got a physio. He's an ultra marathon runner, and he's helping me because I've signed up for the marathon in September. But I've been running a little bit, but I've been getting some knee pain. I'm like, fuck, I can't I can't push through this. No, he's a barefoot or minimalist shoe ultra marathon runner. This guy, it's crazy. He's trying to convince me to go barefoot. I was like, get fucked, dude. I need my cushy spring
You're running
shoes.
You're running with Mowgli?
I'm going. You missed it. I'm going to physio because I signed up for the marathon in September, but I've been getting some knee pain.
Full marathon.
Full marathon. I've wanted to do it, but I'm doing it right.
Why?
I don't know. I did a half, and I
How
was like,
bored are you? You have nothing better to do than run
that's
for a long
horrible.
time?
no, well, think about it. You know how much time I need to train for the marathon? How much time I can get out?
I like it. Yeah.
I've committed to the marathon. I had paid like
You listen
$200 to run this race, so I'm committed.
You listen to music. Yeah, I get you.
I gotta get out of the house. I go for a run.
I might go for a marathon. Now I'm starting to get where there's all these ultra marathon runners are. They must be dads.
That's why, when people be like 35,
So,
37,
yes.
40, they start becoming a marathon runner because it takes a lot of time to train.
How though? Like my body's falling apart.
Yeah.
Well, my body is too. That's why I'm
running
going to the
murders
physio
me.
guy.
Fuck. I ran up Knox the other day. Every step hurt terribly.
I've been running a little bit since January, like once a week. But it's not enough. I'm getting knee pain. So I'm going to physio. I got benefits through Steph. He's going to fix me up, hopefully. Or my knees. He's like, I can fix you. Or, because he's like this Japanese dude. He's like, I fix you or you're just broken. I went, thanks, man.
I'm going to fix you.
I go fix you.
You're going to get fixed right now.
Yeah. Very It's black or white. That's it.
He's very, very straightforward, very polite. He's told me, like, you're either getting old and your knee's fucked, and I can't help you. You're
Is he
gonna
gonna
have to go.
fix you by teaching you how to like do chores? And the next thing you know, you're fixed.
Yeah.
Do you know what? He actually
That'd
did
be
give me a
fucking cool.
broom and he sweep the gym.
Lion son.
Sweep
Yeah.
the gym.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
So
Good for
running
you, buddy.
challenge
That's
starts
cool.
tomorrow. The
How's
app,
it,
the
you're gonna
app's
be
all
so
fucked
mad
up.
that you're going to physio and I'm gonna fucking smoke you. In this
Hey, I have a dedicated schedule, and it's only going to allow me to run about 50K this month to build my knee, to fix
There's
it.
the excuses. There we go.
That's another reason I have a professional, because then I can use his excuses, and it's a professional service, so I have to follow it.
Have to, or else you just
I
waste money.
can't.
You
I
do
can't
that.
add people to the challenge. You might have to make a secondary one and add people, because I've added
yeah.
10 people, and that's all I can add.
Oh yeah, I've got like 150.
Well, I have like 80 people in the list, but only every time I go to invite people, it says invited. I remember if I put 20 people in, it goes invited 20 people, and then I go back to the list and they're just not invited. I've done it like 20 times. So
It's a good system.
yeah, look, I got all these people here on the list. I've already invited them all 20 times, and they're still. I'm gonna try again. Here we go.
Send them.
I'll just try 10. 9 invited,
Yeah.
and then I go back to try it again.
Yeah, I remember it doing that too. It does invite them though.
But no one's joined, so maybe that's no
Because
one's.
nobody likes running.
Well, I got 13
Running's
people
terrible.
joined. So if you want to get on the running challenge, you're watching this live, search on Map My Run, Ryan Zelznick or Braden Renner. Well, maybe we might have to make 2, but it doesn't matter. The
Yeah.
winner still wins, but
Yeah. We'll
we'll figure that out. What was
yeah.
I
I'll make
doing?
it tonight before I go to bed.
Yeah, 'cause is it tomorrow? Is it May 1st?
Yeah, it
tomorrow
starts
already?
tomorrow,
May
man.
1st tomorrow.
I'm already set because we haven't been walking Lola, so I'm just like, I was told Jamie I was doing this. She's like, "Oh, good, you can take Lola for runs," and I was like,
Isn't that a wiener dog?
"Yes, yeah."
So you can take
You're
it for
not
like
going
a
to run
K.
very long.
No, she actually she does pretty good. It's
does
just
she?
that the second she sees any single person or another dog,
The dog's
or like a
getting
leaf,
yanked.
she's just like, run, 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 just starts fuck going, and it's like, oh my god. And then she'll
That's the
bark for
problem.
a
I can't
kilometer.
run with my dog because he just fucking gas pedals me or fucking brake checks me all the time. Yeah, I'm just going and just brake checks. And next thing you know, he's like shitting as he skids across the fucking cement. You're like, fuck, man.
Well, Willow's too old. She doesn't run anymore. She just won't run. She just goes to sleep.
Okay, you guys remember when we thought Kanye was crazy because he was making swastika t-shirts and selling them?
Oh, dude.
You see what's happening now?
Whoa.
What's happening now?
Whoa.
God.
Yo, he
It's
was just
bad.
like he was like, yo, me and my cousin used to have an incestuous relationship. We used to suck each other's dicks till I was 14. And I'm like,
Okay.
He like rapped it.
I was like, oh, whoa.
yeah.
What? I was like,
and then he
I
was-
don't think you're gonna.
He got on Twitch for like 7 minutes and got banned like immediately. Like he threw up a Hitler salute and it was like brant, cut the stream like or whatever. It was fucking that shit's
He's tossing his heart out. Is that what you're saying?
it's
Yeah.
fucking, that
Dude,
shit
it
was, wild.
was-
What's with Kanye and the Nazis? Like, why does he like? What's going on there? He wouldn't have been
I
a
don't know.
prime candidate to survive that. I don't think. It's probably not the
No.
right people to
Not
align
the
yourself
exception
with.
to the, not the Aryan, what the,
Not exactly textbook Aryan material. Yeah, but I mean, that's not even the word. Like the swastikas were not even the word. Like the diddlin, because he's like quite a bit older than his cousin. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrible.
Cousin Diddle. Hey, so is he going
Yeah,
down with Diddy
not
now?
okay.
Is Diddy,
and he's a song. He has a song called Cousins, and he's like, "That's why this song's about me and my cousin sucking each other's dicks." And I was just like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. It was one of
Yeah.
those things where you're like, "Pardon me."
because he always says
what?
crazy shit when he has new albums coming out, but this is
Listen,
little
this
different.
is a little crazier than George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah,
like this
sure.
is pretty fucking nuts. This
Yeah.
is
Well, it also he also like went further where he's like, because we had this incestuous relationship, it ruined my cousin's life, and now he's in jail for life because of the trauma of sleeping with me when we were kids. I'm like, this is a terrible story. You should never tell anyone.
bad
I
it's
told everyone.
horrible.
Yeah, you should never tell anyone that story. Should have kept that story to yourself.
He needs to go to jail. And
Imagine
film
being
what-
his kids. Imagine
Buddy,
being his
think
kids,
about-
and you're like, "Whoa."
Totally. Horrible. But he put him in jail. Then they can create a fucking super group with Diddy and R. Kelly.
Oh yeah.
They could fucking, it's just terrible. Sound good though.
Whatever happened with Diddy? Did his trial go through? What happened there?
I think he's still in jail.
Unless
But
he
has,
got
has he gone to
Epstein at
trial
some
though?
point.
Has he like been convicted of? He's got
I
a
don't think so.
sentence. I don't think so. They're just building this massive case. It's fucking.
Well, I think they're doing a RICO case on him. He's fucked,
He's fucked.
Yeah.
right? Like, because they're saying that like he's been running a criminal enterprise, so they're like they can go back forever, no statute of limitations. They're just gonna fucking torch Diddy.
Torch him in his
Dan.
baby oil.
Dan, you want to take a few free shots, buddy? We deserve it. You earned it.
What?
You can start firing away.
Do it.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Dan, you earned it, buddy. We gave it to you. When you guys elected Trump, we gave it to you. It's our turn, buddy. Feel free. Fire away, pal.
Dan doesn't know anything about
okay.
Canadian politics.
Can I, for a second, okay, Canadian politics we're going to talk about for a second.
Get those elbows up, buddy.
Yeah, well, hold on.
elbows
Okay,
up,
that's
buddy.
yes, you guys are doing it right. Okay, so my understanding of elbows up is that you're playing dirty. Get your elbow up, and as you come across, you elbow another hockey player. I kept seeing videos of every single one of our grandparents and Mark Carney himself. They're like elbows up, elbows up,
Because they have no idea
I'm
what
like-
the fuck they're talking
and
about.
I'm like, what? I was like, this is the cringiest shit I've ever seen. Elbows
thought
up is
that's
like
what it
this.
was.
This is you elbow people. He's like this. He's like elbows up,
Tie.
elbows up, everyone.
Just
Double,
like-
double.
just-
Maybe
elbows.
it's Thai boxing.
Hands behind your head.
And I'm like, what is?
I mean, listen, 6 to 9 is illegal in the UFC. Maybe they're just taking things fucking
just getting
extra,
fucking-
like greasy. That's,
He's like,
that's
load
illegal.
him up.
Yeah.
You're just- I don't think so, dude. It's what a weird
Listen,
time to be.
No,
The country spoke. The country spoke.
They spoke.
The boomers spoke. We're very concerned about what's happening down south. We need to be protected from old Donnie fucking Dorito skin.
Donnybrook
We're
down there.
scared. We need to protect from. We need to protect our sovereignty, and in doing so, we chose the one guy that doesn't want to invest in our economy or our
Forget about that
military.
stuff. Forget about that stuff.
Okay.
You invest. We picked the guy who just showed up on a sinking ship from across the pond and just stepped onto our shore and went, "I'm the prime minister now."
Yeah.
It's crazy to me
Yeah,
because
look at
like
me.
all the
Look at me.
all
I'm the prime minister.
I am the
now.
prime minister now.
all the exit polls. Dan, you'll love this. All the exit polls. The boomers basically again stole this election because they come out in droves. They fucking senior homes fucking drives them to the polling station. Their number one thing
Concern.
of importance to them, their concern was Donald Trump, and their least concern of all the questions was making Canada a better place to live. Was the least of the boomers' concern. And then
Because it's a
the
great
best part
place for
is-
them to live. They're pretty fucking comfortable.
I was talking to Andrew about this, Dan, because you don't know this. Boomers, all their fucking grandparents who are in homes and getting to the
Our
age where they need
parents
more
are
assistance.
boomers still.
Yeah, our parents
Are
are
the,
boomers,
they're
but
they're
everyone
the
that's-
youngest of the boomers.
They're the young
youngest,
boomers, the 60s.
But like everyone who's starting to need, more, medical attention and stuff, just voted for the party that because of we have such a strain on the system of geriatric care, they've been like, how about you kill yourself?
yeah.
Pretty much, dude.
And
Yeah.
and all of that
MAID
generation,
program.
all of that generation voted for that party. Not like let's make it better, let's do it better. Like just fucking kill yourself if you're not getting the care you need.
Dude,
How about
no-
that?
no joke.
Sign it. And it's real. That's not me being.
No, it's
Dan.
It's called the MAID program. It's a
yeah,
real
it's
thing.
insane.
There have been, this is the latest stats that have been compiled, 60,000 people who've chosen to just kill themselves in Canada. Assisted.
Well, I mean, with
death.
people with chronic disease
It
that
makes
are
sense.
in
I understand.
pain and suffering
It
every
makes
day,
sense for
It's a
some.
great program.
Sure.
Yes.
It makes sense for some, no doubt. But there's all people that sometimes are offered this program when they're like,
And now
you can just live for a
we've
little
got
longer.
we've got another 60,000 that are officially booked in because the next 4 years are going to suck ass.
Well, it's 5 years, actually. People keep saying 4, but it's actually 5.
Sorry, 5.
It's 5. Canada's 5.
You know, it's funny, though. It's like all the boomers, they're like, oh, yeah, Donald Trump, we got to stick it to him. It's our number one concern. He's an asshole. And now all the stuff's coming out that Carney's had dealings with that fucking... that skyscraper, I think in Abu Dhabi, that he fucking rented out to rented from Kushner for fucking $1 billion for a 99 year lease.
There's a detailed map. So Mark Carney is an asset manager, central banker, global elite, blah blah blah. You name it. There's now a map.
Board member.
There's now a map between him, Donald Trump, and Elon Musk, all connected financially. So he's closer to Donald Trump than anyone would have imagined, but he's the man to elbows up and beat him back.
He's got those elbows up.
You know what? The problem is for the election is just people just forgot because of Donald Trump that Canada sucks.
Yeah, that there's bigger issues.
Dude,
we let a foreign leader decide our election. That was the biggest reason some people voted. A foreign fucking leader. That's crazy.
And for pretty much just tweeting his thoughts. The military wasn't standing on the border ready to invade. Like, it wasn't like, we're coming. It's over. We're going to pull a Russia.
Dan's like, we were ready.
Dan was ready to re-enlist.
I think the crazier thing, though, is like literally the country. I don't know if you've seen the numbers, Dan. You probably haven't because it's pretty insignificant for you. But like the country is basically split right down the fucking middle.
Yep.
So
like, it's crazy. It's literally like 40% on one side and 43% on the other side.
And so we have the system we have in our parliament. How it works is it's kind of like a seat, and it's first past the poll, is the winner. But like the East, even like Nova Scotia, where their population is like way smaller than Alberta and stuff, have a overrepresentation of seats. So like the election is always determined before the West votes are even counted.
Yeah. So before Western Canada had even tallied all their votes, Dan, they had announced Mark Carney as the Prime Minister.
This was the number. So the polls on the West Coast close at 7 p.m. You could vote up to like 7:30, but they close at 7. At 7:06, they said Liberal government has been declared with 12% of the votes counted.
Yeah.
And so in the end, you're like, and they were right. So you're like, okay.
Dude, it's insane. And it's like, so like Nova Scotia has more representation in Parliament to choose the government with less of a population than like Alberta and BC, but they have more seats. And it's insane. It's insanity. Alberta just passed, like Canada is so fucked right now, Dan. The Alberta just passed new legislation. Literally the second the Liberal government went on, they're like, yeah, we now are
separating.
Basically they're like, we're separating. They're like, they used to have a thing for a referendum to separate.
Yeah.
They needed 600,000 signatures. They changed that to 150,000 signatures.
177,000.
In 90 days, and they already have it. They had it instantly to separate. And she's basically been like, you need to listen to Albertans or we're fucking leaving.
Dude,
like, it's insane, dude.
It's so crazy because people, honestly, I'm not mad that we only have a few. I mean, it's in our democracy, which isn't like, it's representational democracy. You got to send people in, you got to vote for them. That's whatever. It wasn't that the Liberal Party got voted. It's the fact that for the 2 years before the election, they're embroiled in honestly like insane government conspiracy, cover-ups, like almost money laundering and corruption. And every time that happened, they would just go, we're pausing Parliament until you forget about it. Then they bring it in. And the one just before this all really started was there was hundreds of millions of dollars unaccounted for in what they call like the green fund. So like the carbon tax, all these carbon initiatives are the sitting government, which was Trudeau at the time, and people just fucking hated that guy, right? This party was on their way to be almost lose party status because everyone hated this guy so much. But what happened is hundreds of millions of dollars kind of went missing. People started investigating, realized that the money went to a lot of these companies that had ties with the government. As soon as that came out, shut down Parliament for a month till Christmas. Over Christmas, the Prime Minister resigned, and then prorogue? Prorogue. So he shut down Parliament as they chose a new Prime Minister for 4.5 months. And during this time, people had forgotten the giant scandal which had dropped the party off the face of the planet. Trump says he's going to take over Canada, and all of a sudden, they're now elected again. It was actually, it might go down in history as the craziest political reversal of all time.
Trump was
Probably.
in on it. All this annex stuff. Country. It would literally.
Dan, one of the craziest facts about this, for people who don't know Canadian politics, is that Mark Carney hasn't been in Canada for the last decade. He showed up back in Canada.
Self-proclaimed European.
And he wasn't even a part of the Liberal Party yet. And he went on the Daily Show. He went on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart and was just like, "Oh, yeah, you know, maybe I'll run for the Liberal." And they're like, "Well, would you do the Prime Minister?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." And I was like, the second I saw that clip, I was like, "This is the guy they're gonna push in. Like, why the
100%.
fuck else
They
is he
already
on
are
the Daily
pushing
Show?
him.
This is insane. It's
That was
insanity."
them pushing him.
And you're just like, how the fuck in 4 months do we go from this? And no one else in the Liberal government is changed. It's the same cabinet.
It's like 90% the same though.
It's wild.
It's the same. You voted. That for me is like not like, okay, you voted in government. I mean, there's got to be a government. It's fine, whatever. Got to vote them in. The fact that they used the entire political machine, the CBC, the entire state-funded media to completely smear and cover up anything that happened negative over the last 10 years, any measurable metric of the economy of the country itself is the worst maybe it's ever been. And they're like, don't worry about that. This Trump guy, he's a big problem. We got to take care of him.
Polyev is Maple Mega. We saw it. Like
they talk so. I mean, obviously, he's not perfect. No politician's perfect. It's like I'm going to defend Pete Buttigieg to death.
He's actually a dork. He's a dork. He looks like Millhouse.
Sure,
but pick anything in his platform that had anything to do with MAGA.
Exactly.
Anything.
That's what I mean.
He's going to take away women's rights. Where? Where once did he say any of that shit?
He was actually just a few.
Fucking
I know,
crazy.
and they're like, the problem with politics has got to the point where it's just people that lie blatantly, and everyone sees it on social media, on the news, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's fine." He's like, he said specifically in a long form interview, like, "I'm a man. I'm not doing anything with women's rights. That's not me. That's a conservative government from 50 years ago. Like, let's move on from that. Stupid.
We don't do that.
We don't do that." And that became a huge talking point. And then here we are. The good thing is that it's not. We do have a minority government again.
I got one other.
I don't know.
Crazy
They're talking about joining up with the NDP right now.
I got one other crazy conspiracy of this for Dan.
It's a good one.
Just in
I got tons. I could go all day on this actually. But
so just to bring you up to speed on what's happening up here, and why you're going to have to send your currency up here to us to help us.
It's not going to be worth much shit for the next.
What's going to be worth more than ours? So each riding, right? Like, in order to be prime minister, you have to basically become elected or be a party leader. You have to be elected in your riding. So Mark Carney took over a riding that's famously liberal. He wins the riding. Pierre Poilievre, who's held his seat for 20 years. 20 years. Mark Carney ran against 5 people. There was 5 people. So when you get the ballot,
5 is normal.
There's 5 people. Pierre Poilievre had to run against the most candidates in his riding in history. There was 91 candidates. The fucking ballot was
this
like
long.
Was like this. You're spanning your fucking arms, and he lost his riding. 91 candidates
got more votes than any other conservative fucking candidate in Canadian history, but lost his own riding.
It's absolutely like wild shit. That just eyebrow raising shit.
We
where you're
watched
just
the
like
full power of the political
candidates
machine at work, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
91 candidates turned up. I was surprised that they weren't named like Pierre's Poilievre, like different spellings of his fucking name, basically.
99
at that point.
Like
and again, he's a dork.
And people responded to that. Were like, well, people were upset because he wasn't spending enough time in his riding, so they wanted to stick it to him. I was like, okay, do we get 7 or 8 or 10 people in the? You get 99.
They widened his riding to like take over a few fucking famously liberal areas.
Dude,
the immigration that they've had in that area has been like historic in the last fucking year.
It's just,
like
it's honestly, I mean, government's government. I don't really trust the government, period. But just the fact that the last government did a measurably terrible job. And then people just forgot because Donald Trump is a big threat and we got to put those elbows up and we got to keep, all those NDP voters, you got to vote liberal or else the country's over.
I don't even know about I think the NDP purposely tanked their fucking chances of winning, not to split the vote. Like Jagmeet did a historically horrible job campaigning.
Yeah, I wouldn't
like laughable. Like that fucking commercial he blew his entire budget.
Oh,
on.
did it
with his hair?
With him fucking hitting a heavy bag and being a fucking dork, and then he had to travel around on a bus after that.
He spent everything.
He paid a TikTok. He did a TikTok ad in the like right near the election, where he hadn't given anyone his platform, Dan. And this guy who runs the leader of the NDP party, New Democratic Party, he goes on TikTok and it's a paid ad. It was popping up for all Canadians, paid ad. And he goes, everyone's been asking what I do to get my hair ready. And he does a get ready with me hair edition. And it's like a 9-minute video of him prepping his hair. And you're just like, what is happening? Like, what reality is this?
Dude, politics is supposed, like Canadian politics especially, has historically been just terribly boring. And that's how you know things are working.
That's how I want it.
That's how you know things are working as intended. As soon as it becomes like a show, like the States is a show, right? United States political campaigns, always a show. It's a year fucking long.
Circuits. Fuck, they got concerts, man.
Our campaign it's like 45 days max. But the fact that this one was a circus, there's some shady shit going on. You just know. And you know what?
I don't know.
I looked into it after, and I guess this happened before. Pencils at the voting station. I was like,
so it's funny.
I brought a pen.
I requested a pen and they brought me one.
I didn't.
But yeah,
bring a
it
pen.
was
I didn't even think
only
about
pencils.
it. I didn't think about it till I put my little X, and I was like, pencil seems like a weird choice. I guess whatever.
Yeah. I had read. Listen, I don't trust. Ever since doing this podcast, I don't trust anything.
I don't trust nobody.
Nothing. Nobody.
Nobody.
And I had read a post that was like, you're allowed to request a pen. They're only going to provide you with pencils. And I was like, oh, okay. And I got there, and then I got to the, they handed me my ballot. I went behind the thing. There's only the little pencil. And I said, excuse me, there's only a pencil back here. Can I have a pen? And she's like, oh, of course. And brought me a pen.
Sure.
And like everyone was kind of like in the line was like,
it's because you were living a conservative riding. Everyone was like, yeah, definitely, we'll get you a pen.
Yeah.
And then so I read into it. I got home. I was like, that seemed weird. That pencil seems like, you can kind of, if it's a light mark, you could easily erase it with not really knowing. But then I looked into it, and the counting process is, you would have to have a lot of people in to like really rig the vote. So I don't think they rigged any votes. Yeah. I'm sure there's in any election worldwide. There's maybe some bad counting, or there's a very tiny fraction of a percent that you can consider fraud. That's probably normal. That's not going to change an election. But there's just so many weird things. Like, just give me a pen. I didn't even think to ask though. There's just a pencil, so I just went, fucking put a pencil in there. I guess
they brought me one.
I don't know. I'm taking a big step back after this.
Well, it's over. It doesn't really, because we did our part.
It took over way too much of my life.
Was like, you did your part. You got into it. You had conversations. You voted. You did the democratic process. That's all we can do. Now we just
maybe we'll be surprised.
Now we go, fuck.
Maybe we'll be surprised.
Well, that's what I mean. Like that's kind of why I want to take a step back. It's like, okay,
there's nothing you can do now.
I've convinced myself that this is Mr. Burns, and he's got nothing but ill intentions, and he's gonna destroy the middle class and crash our economy and all this.
It'll probably be
maybe I've drinking the Kool-Aid way too much. And I need to be...
a little conspiracy on the tariff situation.
Ooh.
I had read that, and this is maybe some Carney.
You mean our tariffs on ourselves?
No, yeah. But when Trump announced these tariffs, I guess rumor is, what I've read and heard, is that Carney basically called his associates in Europe. He's a well-connected guy because he's been a central banker everywhere. He called like Japan, people he knew in Japan and this, and he basically told Donald Trump that like, if you continue this, we're going to sell your debt. Like we're going to drop your debt, all of us together collectively. And then he was like, all right, 90-day pause on the tariffs because Carney was going to fuck him with a coalition of people he rounded up.
Sure.
But I was like, I don't know. I was like, do I believe that?
I mean, it makes sense in a way because the world is so interconnected. Everyone owns everyone's debt. It's a weird fucking thing.
Yeah.
China
It's
own like
crazy.
$1 trillion of U.S. debt? Like there's this like crazy.
How does it even work?
Exactly. You sell bonds to other country to raise money for your country, but then those countries have your debt, and then what you're supposed to like pay that back sometime in the future, but no one ever pays it back. It's a crazy fucking system we use. There's no doubt about it.
Have you guys heard of the Cloward Piven strategy?
Nope. Don't think so.
So the Cloward Piven strategy is a political strategy outlined in the 1966 by American sociologists and political activists Richard Cloward and Francis Fox Piven. If that name Fox sounds familiar. The strategy aims to utilize militant anti-poverty groups to facilitate a political crisis by overloading the welfare system via an increase in welfare claims, forcing the creation of a system of guaranteed minimum income and redistributing income through the federal government. So basically crashing the economy using some type of like potential climate emergency or something like that. And rewriting how we do things essentially. And that Francis Fox Piven is like fucking Carney's wife's mom or aunt.
Well, I mean, he wrote a book and he talks about. He wrote a book and he talks about. He's not like a secret what his like.
No, he's values. You can read it in values.
And like whatever. I mean, the green economy, sure. I mean, my personal opinion. This is just opinion. We obviously
fuck the turtles.
Get those fucking straws.
I want my fucking plastic
straws back in there. No, I mean,
give me my fucking grocery bags back. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
No, I'm not anymore because I bought so many of those dense plastic bags that they sell you instead.
Dude, I buy a $298 Walmart bag every single time I go in the fucking
Dude, I have
Walmart.
like fucking 40 of these reusable plastic bags that are just 1,000 plastic bags in one. But whatever, that's beside the point.
I'm about to be a wholesaler. Back to them.
Dude, if you really want it, like the green initiative, it's all good. Yeah, we're taking shit out of the earth that wouldn't get burned if we didn't do it. I get that. That's totally fine.
Oh.
But if we want, that's been the single driving force of the change of the planet for the last 150 years. If we wanted to get energy that was almost perfectly clean, like it's for the amount it actually does have waste, why is there not just nuclear power plants fucking everywhere? For real. Yeah. Like, why not?
Yo, who cares about nuclear power plants? Hell, you just gave me the greatest idea of all time. I'm going to collect all my Walmart bags and I'm going to fucking return them. I'm going to return them. I'm just going to walk in and be like, hi, I'd like to return these. They have a fucking 0 question return policy and I'm going to get a Walmart gift card. I could probably pay for a fucking 2 weeks of groceries with all these fucking Walmart grocery bags I have.
You probably could. But you know what? That's what I mean about all this, like the green energy stuff, all this stuff. Sure. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, we're burning shit that wouldn't be burned if we didn't fucking pump it out and burn it. Like, that makes sense. Sure. But if you want to get rid of it, no one fucking cares. We just went through 20 years of carbon tax in BC here, specifically. That was like, if we don't do this, the planet will blow up.
Explode.
We'll die. And then when it became a political talking point, they went, we don't need that. It's fine. I was like,
not only that, though, can you tell us where any of that money went?
Exactly.
Where'd it go? What did you do with it?
Where'd the money go? Why is there not solar panels on every government building? Like a lot, like 100 of them on every fucking building. Where'd that go? Where'd all the money go? Rebates? Who uses rebates?
My question is this net zero bullshit, does that include not sending all of our trash and recycling to the Philippines? Is that part of net zero? Can we still load up barges full of trash?
No, Braden,
and send it to there?
I want to tell you in great detail what this is all about. All right, it's not about the plastic which we make from the oil we pump. It's just about the burning of that oil. Whatever happens after the burning of the oil, We don't care about that. We want to dump it in the Pacific garbage patch. We want to ship it to the Philippines and Thailand and just shove it in warehouses and forget about it. That shit doesn't matter.
Leave it in the
to
ground.
us, right?
Leave it in the ground.
Because you're not burning it. It's not going into the atmosphere. It might be doing something 100 times worse, which is killing the ocean. But we don't give a fuck about the ocean, right? It's about those climates, the climate temperature.
Because the ocean isn't our problem; it's everyone's problem.
Exactly,
which means it's no one's problem.
No one's problem. That's how our fucking
only the sea shepherd cares about the fucking ocean.
There's one guy on one ship that fucking drives around and he fucking honks at people, like, and that's
hoses down polluters.
Dude,
Gets shot at.
We legit live in fucking bizarro world, you know.
All right.
Bizarro world.
I got a good hypothetical for you guys. I had this for a Mild Boys segment, but we haven't recorded another one. Shout out to our Patreon. Go in there, you list the Mild Boys. All right, hypothetical. Your family member, a member of your family gets fucking kidnapped.
Okay.
Right? Gets kidnapped. And they're gonna fucking ransom. They're like $100,000, and you're like, "Fuck!"
We kidnapped the wrong fucking from the wrong family.
First off,
shit,
right? Yeah. So they send you a pinky toe, right? And you're like, "Oh fuck, this is big," right?
You can live with those.
You go to the bank, right? You pull out the $100,000, and you have to fucking you're driving to pick up your
money, maybe
your wife or your wife or your kid. Or your wife for Zell and Andrew, it's your wife, and Dan for you, it's like your mom and dad, right? And you're now going from the bank to the meat spot, which is, let's say, 40 minutes away.
Okay.
Right? 40 minutes away. You listening to music?
On the way to,
absolutely.
Of course. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Is that even a
Pop-up
question?
song.
Yeah.
I might throw in a little podcast, actually.
I'm popping on a Warhammer audiobook. Like, wait, that's what's in my car.
We got 40 minutes. You're going to
It's
go
going to
do the
play off my
ransom?
phone. Like, this is going to
So
play.
wait, we're going to go there where like exchange
40
ransom
minutes in a
money
car.
for.
Yeah, you're going to give the money, and they're going to give you, but it's like you have a 40-minute drive.
Well, what else are you going to do?
And it's like,
buddy.
yeah, well.
In the Air Tonight is playing on repeat just to set the tone.
for 40 minutes.
Just for 40 minutes on repeat, because that's what we'd be playing in the
Phil
movie
Collins.
while you're going there in the pitch black. Maybe a little rain.
Angriest rock
Yeah.
song.
You know?
Well, what else? So if you're going to sit in silence and just like.
Does it change it? Does it change it if immediately upon getting in the car, your wife's or family opens the car and the music is still playing at the volume in which you were playing it? Does that change it for you guys?
No.
Like it's either no music or like they come in, you turn on the car and it's like Pink Pony Girls or Pink Pony Club.
I'll make sure to right before I
Pony
park.
Club? That's all I hear on the radio.
I'll make sure right before I park to do the ransoms
Rave station
changeover.
listening to.
I'll make sure to switch my Spotify to Bluey dance mode. So when they get in the car,
yeah.
Bluey dance mode's going and everyone's happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Huh,
40
Yeah,
minutes is a long time. Like
That's a long time.
I'm fucking bored.
But you're stressed too.
I forgot how to
But-
drive in my car without fucking dogs barking. Fuck off, Willow.
Right, you're sitting there and you're like, like, is this worth like?
Are they going to give me my real
Stressed every
family?
day
Or
of
is it
my
going to be a
life,
fucking
and I'm
doll?
listening to music. Actually, if I'm being honest, I'm probably listening to talk radio.
Little CBC radio,
Yeah.
government
Oh,
funded
dude, right now
state
I
sponsored radio.
might call and say I got stuck in traffic. I'm on my way. 2 complexion laps. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I saw that one. I was like, oh, that's funny. That's a funny one. Yeah, I'd probably listen to music.
You know what? I've become so reliant on sound in my ears for doing almost anything that there's no way I wouldn't put it on.
Anything.
Like I've lost right now.
Dude,
I've
you
lost
listen to
my
your vehicle
headphones
while you drive. It's bizarre.
I lost my so I have these like over the ear like wireless earbuds that I use for earplugs at work, and I lost them somewhere. The last 3 days at work have been absolutely miserable.
Well, were you just playing like the volume on your phone?
Yeah.
then?
But then I'm like, today I'm doing a renovation and I had to like cut open the floor and plane down a bunch of joists and level the floor. And then I had to go screw the entire floor. So for like 3 hours, I got the screw gun.
I would have fucking went on my break and bought new headphones.
Honestly, that's funny you said that because I almost went to Walmart to buy them.
Surprised you didn't.
I was like, and I was like, it's a 10-minute drive. I was like, it's worth it, I think.
Dude, let me tell you something. That's a great invention also I've had that I put into ether and someone stole. Back in when me and Andrew were working on the hospital, you had to wear ear pro all the time. So a lot of the guys had the ear pro that's like, it's like the fixed things that go, and then it goes around your neck so you can just drop them down and put them here.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they're always colorful, right? Like bright orange or bright yellow and green or whatever. And you weren't allowed to listen to music. And guys would try to like fucking, put an earbud in or whatever, or have a sneaky wire, and they get caught, get in trouble, get written up. And I was always like, man, I should make Carpenter earbuds that look like safety fucking earbuds that are Bluetooth headphones that are the exact same. They wrap around, you hit play. Because no one would say, like, if a safety person could be like, oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. My fucking earbuds.
I got earbuds in, yeah.
Earbuds in, my safety earbuds.
Yep.
And you would have been fine.
Why are your earbuds
now they make
talking
those.
to me?
Now they make those.
They make everything.
Yeah. I put that, that was another $1 million idea I had. That and laser bullets.
Dude, the safety requirements of like bigger construction jobs is why I really never wanted to be a carpenter.
It's brutal, dude. Dude, summer?
Do you
and they're
wanna,
like,
do you want to
you
stand
gotta
up
wear
on a ladder?
jeans.
Do you want to go up on a ladder more than 2 feet? You have to screw down the feet of your ladder so it doesn't tip over. I'm like, but I'm going.
Dude, I'll tell you this.
I'm doing one
being
step.
Firewatch, the second someone uses a grinder for 5 seconds and you got to sit there for an hour to make sure a fire doesn't start, pretty sweet gig.
Like,
That's fucking crazy.
sure, I'm all for, you know what, you want to wear some fucking, some safety goggles and some gloves, some steel toe boots. That's all good. I can't climb up a ladder 2 feet.
That's not, dude. We
You
like
gotta get the fucking
throw
scissor lift.
30-foot ladders. We throw 30-foot ladders by ourselves and like hang off them with circ saws and cut fucking holes in buildings.
Well, just imagine being the
residential
person.
is like
that's
that, yeah.
why they made that safety regulation. There's one person who fucked up so bad that you can't go up a ladder 2 feet. Like they stepped up 2 feet,
died.
they fell over, cracked their fucking skull.
broke their skull.
Imagine being that guy. I think maybe it'd be more impactful if they put like the name and like the date of like the person why we have to write that fucking rule in there.
It's true.
It's like
You could be like, this is why we have
Jason's
this.
rule.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, Dan. Yeah, whoever fucked up so bad that you ruined it for everyone should be
They should be shamed for all time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason's rule. You're not allowed to use a fucking ladder
Or it
on
needs to
any
be documented
commercial
somewhere
job
like this safety regulation was established because of on March 1987.
One guy tripped on his shoelace, broke his skull, and died.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Dude, I never understood.
Now I know I had to do that.
So on job sites, they would always be like, it'd be middle of summer, Kelowna, it's like 40 degrees, you're working concrete, the concrete's heating up, it's fucking radiating
Miserable.
heat. They were like, you have to wear long pants. And I'm like, why? They're like, because.
You might get cut on some
So
rebar.
what guys would do is from their thigh, they would take their fucking Olfa knife and they would cut slits all the way down their pants. So their pants are basically like strings down to like just below the calf where it forms nice pants so they get breathed through. And I'm like, just let us wear shorts. What are we doing here?
Guys
That
are
is
wishing
not
fucking
better.
wearing fishnet stockings on the job site. Like, let's fucking go.
That's probably,
That would've been great.
Dude, that's probably so much more dangerous because there's so much more stuff to get caught in a drill or a saw and
Yeah,
pulled you.
100%. It's like that thin layer of denim is not going to protect my fucking leg.
Yeah, maybe if you just scratch it on a piece of metal, it'll protect you from getting a small scratch. But if you actually were in a situation where you had a saw or something touch your leg, it's over. It doesn't fucking matter if you're
Yeah, it
wearing
didn't
jeans or
stop
not.
fucking Dale from splitting his leg open.
Yeah, didn't he put a circular saw on his leg?
On his thigh, right on his thigh.
Like the guard got stuck or something. He's like, "Rah."
With snow, full of snow, and then he rested it on his thigh, and it was still running, and just like
dude.
right in. And he wanted to go to Burger King before the hospital.
That's not, dude. That's another point. Actually, it's a good point. You
Burger
can't,
King, the best.
Burger King. We had that.
chicken fries all fucking day, baby.
We had that
back at
argument
Burger
around
King.
the lunch table. Who makes the
This
fucking
episode of
best
Alien Theories
dirty
Theorized and brought to you by Burger King.
No,
Yeah.
The argument is okay. So you can't use a ladder. So you got to order it a week ahead for the scissor lift, so you can go up 4 feet to put whatever on the ceiling. Blah blah blah. But you just fucking whip out a table saw the most dangerous tool on the planet, and just cut shit all day long. What are you talking about? Shut up. You know how many people get right in the last 2 minutes around the world, someone lost 5 fingers. You know, like people are getting cut by these saws all fucking day, but people just use them because that's part of the job. But you can't go up a ladder because you might fall and sprain your ankle. It's the dumbest thing. So I purposely now don't get because I'm a self-employed. I have no employees, so I don't have to pay into like workers' comp because it's just me. And if I get hurt, that's my own problem. So, but now these big companies that do these big jobs, they call and if they want something done, I go, yeah, I'll do it, but I don't pay into workers' comp. And they go, oh, that's a requirement. I go, well, that's too bad, I guess. And I just don't do it. There's so much work. You can just work normal jobs, do your own thing. You have to worry about an insane amount of. People wonder why our buildings are so expensive. You spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars on safety.
That's insane.
To a point is good. You get to a point though, and it's like diminishing returns. Let people fucking sprain their ankle.
If he dies, he dies.
He dies. Exactly.
It's the way of the fucking road, man.
If he didn't die in construction on a ladder, he's going to die doing something else because he might be that person.
This year we did a few calls to job sites with the temporary foreign workers. No insurance, no nothing. Like one guy used, those like temporary railings that they put up.
Just like wood.
One guy fucking
railings?
leaned up against it, gone. It was fucking gnarly.
And that sucks. That's just lack of training. So he's just not skilled.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing. If he dies, he dies. Like you said, he dies. The job continues. Like I said, if one of the four of us dies, one of the four of us dies, we're recording the saddest power hour next week.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to tell stories about you at your worst. You're dead, so I can tell stories about you about your worst. I'm going to be sad for a few weeks.
You're just going to show that uncensored fucking picture I sent you boys. I knew you guys would get a laugh. I was like, this is
that actually might have been one of the funniest photos I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was like, this is too funny not to share.
Yeah,
what that was.
Yeah.
I could just picture your brain too when you're doing it. It's just like having the worst time and then an accidental screenshot.
Dude, so annoyed. And honestly, the only reason I'm butt ass naked at this time is because we have to run the room hot for the twins.
Sure.
Because the twins need to keep their temperature elevated. So the room is so fucking hot.
It's like 28 degrees.
That I'm like, I can't fucking sleep. I shed sweating. Yeah. So I shed all my clothes. And I was
Since
just like,
having kids, I don't sleep naked anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't normally either. And then, and plus we have Jamie's brother staying with us right now. And the other day I was
staying with you guys? What a horrible time.
Oh, dude, he kind of got the fucking, he got shafted, getting evicted and stuff. So he's sorting stuff out. But I was like, is Calvin here? She's like, no. And so I go have a shower, and then I come out of the shower, open the door, and just direct line of sight to Calvin sitting on the couch, butt ass naked, just like, oh fuck! I just turned the corner, like deked away. And then I told Jamie, like yesterday, Jamie was like, "Oh, Calvin's just in the shower." I was like, "I'm gonna open the door and go in." She's like, "Why? Why would you do that?" I said, "Because we have to get on equal footing." Yeah, I gotta see him butt ass naked. I gotta see him just fucking open the shower. All right.
The thing was, he's seen you. Well, you said it was warm in your house though, so no secrets.
No, it's good. Right out of the shower, he did this.
Good work.
Understanding.
I don't believe that for a second.
He probably went like this.
He did.
Oh yeah.
I was in the pool.
Yeah.
It was a cold shower.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out the hot or cold at the end. Yeah, it's no, it's good, dude. Boys, I'm glad to be back. It's nice fucking coming and shooting the shit and getting some time away from fucking.
But you're gonna miss some more case files. In the next few months, you're gonna miss a few more. It's no big deal.
Oh yeah. There's there'll be times, like I said, we got a good system right now, and it's I'm
the thing about kids.
It's the toddler.
The thing about kids now after having them, and now I'm past. I think obviously it's gonna be hard forever in different ways.
Yeah.
But the hardest part of like not sleeping and all that, you always get to the point when you have like these young kids, and you're like, oh man, that was a really hard like week or two. things are getting better now. And then 2 weeks later, boom, something fucking worse, dude. Worse. They get sick. They're puking in the middle of the night. And then
pull off their diaper in their crib and finger paint with it.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Actually, like, do you guys feel the same way that the older, like the more experience you have as a father, the more you realize why your dad was a dick?
Oh yeah. Well, you just think you're tired all the time.
Dude, I think back
all the time. You're exhausted.
I think back, like, obviously you can only remember till you're like maybe 5, 4, maybe. But my whole early childhood, I think back now, I know fucking exactly why my dad was a dick. Exactly. I know exactly why. It's my fault. It's not. I mean, it's not my fault. I was just born. It's not like I was doing it on purpose, but it's my fault because before that, he was having a great life, doing everything for himself. He had lots of free time, and all of a sudden, boom, nothing. No free time. Got to get up. If he wants to do anything, he's got to get up at fucking 4:30, an hour before the kids get up, or you can't do anything. It all makes sense now.
For the first like fucking 6 years of his life, he had to pull all those weeds himself.
Damn right he did.
Yeah, right?
No wonder he was fucking miserable.
That sucked.
Until we got to like 8, 9, 10. Like have like some sleepovers. The boys came over, sleepover on Friday night.
The slightest slight against him, pulling weeds.
100%, dude. And as soon as I moved out of that house, he rocked and weed guarded the entire yard. There is not a single piece of soil left. And you know what else he does? Which is not illegal, but it should be, is he goes around with a Roundup like every week and just soaks every weed you could ever see in Roundup. There's no weeds in the house because he kills everything. The soil at my parents' house is completely dead. There's nothing left.
Nice.
Dead.
It's all concrete.
But you know what else he's done, which is funny? I gotta tell you about this. He keeps dumping weeds and like yard waste over the bank into the gully where there's like a creek.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like built up and it's like changed the flow of the creek a little bit. And now the creek is undercutting like the bank where my parents' house is. And eventually part of that bank is going to collapse into the creek.
Oh, dude, your dad, I remember your dad mentioning that I probably shouldn't see this on it. He's like, I hope the pool goes.
The pool, honestly, the pool is not far from going.
Yeah. And he's like, I hope it goes. Because I was like, the insurance claim would be insane for insurance to fucking.
But the thing is, if the pool goes, there's just no yard anymore. You can't like build that back. It's now part of the canyon.
Yeah.
It's not, I gotta say, it's not 100% his fault because there was like 5 years ago that huge flood in Kelowna and it changed the flow of the creek a little bit. So the change of the flow of the creek.
He hasn't helped the situation.
He definitely made it a little bit worse. It might have still washed the bank out, but he definitely made it worse by just dumping everything over
your dad sitting in civil court in another decade listening to this conversation being played in court. So mad. Mr. Zelzig, is that not your son?
Never seen him in my life.
Dude, we'll be pulling weeds for 15 years out of that.
I'll never pull another fucking weed again. I don't even pull weeds in my own house now. I let them overgrow. Fuck it.
Yeah, so I didn't tell you guys the birth story. I'll tell the birth story before we fucking shut this one off.
And gory details?
So we got sent to Victoria because Jamie, obviously the twins were possibly coming early. She didn't pass an NST, which is non-stress test. So she got ambulance ride to Victoria and like I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. So we're in Victoria for like 3 or 4 days. I think I missed the case file. I don't even remember. And Victoria Hospital was like, you're good. It was just, whatever, everything looks good. They sent us back to Campbell River. So where we live, the hospital here, it's a small town, so they do not have the capabilities to deliver babies before 36 weeks.
Right.
Let alone twins before 36 weeks. At 36 weeks, they could do it. At 36 weeks with twins, they're like, it's doable, but
36 weeks is considered full term, even though it's not quite full term.
They're like, so we can do it. So we're back home for the week. You know, Jamie's super pregnant, so we're hanging out around the house, and she's just like, it's like 11 o'clock, and I wake up. I can't remember why I wake up. Oh, I started getting sick. And I went to bed at 7 right as soon as I put Roman down, and I got up at 11. I was just like, holy shit! Like I got hit with some sort of
really
flu bug.
sick.
Yeah, I'm really sick. Like, this is legit. Not a man cold. This is real cold. I can't even fake this. And she goes, you know what? Oh, my stomach's kind of hurting a little bit. Nothing crazy. You know, she's like, do you think I should call the midwife? And I'm like, yes. She's like, well, maybe I'll wait. And I was like, no, just call the midwife. Call the midwife and just let her know that you're supposed to call them at any hour during the day and let them know if there's anything you're concerned about. So call them. So like after like 20 minutes back and forth, she finally calls him. It's like almost just before midnight. Midwife listens to what happened. She goes, you know, this kind of sounds like what happened last week when you got to Victoria. Just monitor it. And we had an appointment with her at like 10 in the morning the next day. She's like, and we'll discuss it tomorrow morning. She's like, okay. So hangs up the phone. 5 minutes later, calls back. The midwife, legit quote, she goes, I just got a feeling. I want you to go to the hospital. I'll meet you there. Let's be safe, better safe than sorry. I just got a feeling. Head to the hospital. Big fucking stressor for us because we got a toddler, so we got to call grandparents in to come pick him up. You know, off to the hospital we go. Literally the second we pull into the hospital, get out of the car, we start walking through like the emergency exit because that's the only way you can get in at night. She's like, I think I'm getting contractions. The second we walk through the hospital. So we go upstairs to maternity and they're like, Jamie's like, I think I'm having contractions, just to let everyone know. Instantly, everyone's like, we have to get you out of here because Jamie's just before 34 weeks. So like with twins, so they're like, we have to go. So they're making arrangements to like fly us out, get us to a bigger hospital. There's no one there. The OBGYN's not there. They have no OR in really. So midwife comes in, does her exam, and she's like, oh shit, I think you're like 6 or 7 centimeters dilated already. And so everyone's just like, whoa, what? Like, OBGYN's in 15 minutes later. He comes in and he's like, I hope that's a mistake. Checks. He's like, oh shit, we're delivering these babies here. We need an OR room right now. Call people in. And I'm standing there with nurses being like, calling people and be like, oh, you're not going to come in? You're not going to help? What are we going to do? It's twins at 34 weeks. You're just not going to help? You're going to leave us to do this on ourselves? And I'm standing there being like, everything good?
Everything
They're
okay?
like, oh yeah, 100%. So they fucking scramble everyone in to this OR room, and it's fucking cramped, dude. There's not the big like incubators for babies. They're huge, and like 2 of them do not fit in the room. So it's like I'm just kind of, and I'm dying. I'm sick. I'm sweating already. I have like the cold sweat and the chill, so I'm wearing a mask. My shirt's all sweaty. They're like, everyone's like trying to shake my hand, like introduce me. I'm like, I'm so sick. I think I'm dying. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm actually so sick. So they're trying to get the epidural in. They get the epidural in. They're like, you might be too far along, but we have to get the epidural because with twins, if they were both head down, so usually it's pretty good. But with the second one, the first one gone, the second one's fucking crazy, right? Could turn around, whatever. So first one comes, Jamie gets the epidural. There's no time. Epidural doesn't even kick in. So first one comes, and then so I'm like standing with the first one as they're fucking doing everything, and then like 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by, 15 minutes goes by. I'm like kind of like looking over, and then the doctor's like, I can see the heart rate just like slowly dropping on the other baby, and then finally the OBGYN's like, we're doing a C-section, like everyone out, and they're like, we don't have enough room. So like they're like, we got to get this baby out of here because there's not enough room for all the fucking equipment. So I'm now like, what do I do? Jamie, do you want me to say? Do you want me to go with our kid, Everett? Do you want me to stay? I don't know what to. She's like, go with Everett. So I leave. So I'm like sitting in this little room while they're working on Everett and stuff. And like a nurse comes in and she's like, just so you know, like the fucking epidural didn't kick in for her in time. So we've had to put her out. August is it's a serious situation. So we're getting August out. Don't worry. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, sweet. No big deal. I sat in a room with this baby hooked up to a monitor for like 25 minutes, just being like, fuck, what's going on? What's going on? Finally, the nurse comes in and she's like, all right, everything's good. Everyone's fine. It was a little hairy, no big deal. And like they bring August in, and August is like, dude, the smallest baby I've ever seen in my life. And he was 4 pounds, 2 ounces. And so I'm sitting there now with 2, and I'm like, how's Jamie? They're like, we'll let you know in a bit here. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? They're like, they're finishing up with her, and we'll update you soon. And like another 25 minutes goes by, and then they're like, she's good. And I'm like, okay, like, thanks. So now they're still freaking out because they don't have the facilities for these babies. Like they're on every kind of monitor, fucking CPAP machine, everything. So they're like, and I'm dying. They fucking call an air ambulance to get us to Nanaimo. Nanaimo accepts us. They have room. Air ambulance shows up. They get here and they're like, all right, we got to take these babies. They're like, babies? We only have room for a baby. Like one. And they're like, we don't have a second incubator. Like we can only take one. So they're like, okay, well, which one do we take? They're like, well, we're going to take the one that's worse off. So they take one of the babies, and I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, Dad, you can fly with us. And then I'm like, okay, I'm really sick too. And they're like, we don't want you flying with us. And I'm like, what do I do? They're like, get in your car right now, drive to Nanaimo, which is like an hour and a half. I haven't slept. I'm sick as fuck. It's like 7 a.m. at this time now, and I'm just like delirious. I'm like, oh, okay. And when does everyone else come? They're like, we'll fly back for the other baby. Your wife can't come. She's just had a C-section, so just like we haven't told her yet, she's not going to be able to come. She's going to have to wait like a day. I'm like,
just keep
sick.
Piling up.
Sick. So I fucking drive to Nanaimo. I get there, and now the full sickness has hit me, dude. I'm so sick, like shaking in this fucking NICU unit with one baby. I get there, I arrive at the same time as the baby. Like, that's how fast I was driving. So I'm sitting there, second baby comes, and now I have to sit there with 2 babies for 16 hours while I wait for Jamie until she's good enough to fucking go. And I'm like convulsing in the chair. I'm so sick. The nurses are like looking after me. They're bringing me like warm blankets. They're like, do you want to hold your son or your sons? I said, no, I'm too sick. I don't want to touch them. They're whatever I have is terrible. Then I had to spend the next 5 days in the shittiest motel of all time. So fucking sick, dude. Like COVID level sick. The first time COVID sick where you're like really fucks you up. Like that sick. Dying. It was the worst birth experience ever. Like the worst 3 days ever of all time. Until they were fucking stable. It was brutal. I couldn't believe it.
What a great time, hey?
Oh.
You couldn't pick the worst situation to get yourself into.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I want to warn everyone who's listening, no one ever told me twins don't have to run in your family. Everyone has a 1 in 200 shot of having twins. So make sure to use protection because you never know. Don't have kids. It's not worth it.
You almost had them twice.
You almost had them twice, yeah.
Yeah. What are the odds, dude? There's no fucking way. There's like, it shouldn't happen. Like my first son had a vanishing twin. So it's like the odds were astronomical that happens again.
You better get that snip right away.
No, it's great. I already called. I already booked it in.
Good job.
I'm just waiting for the call back.
Well, I would wait till your wife heals from her C-section because you're the one picking everybody up right now.
No, she's heaving them now.
All right.
She's 2 weeks post-op? Almost?
Yeah, probably.
2 weeks?
I'm doing all Roman stuff. I'm doing Roman stuff. She does the baby. Our baby's like our one baby's like 6 pounds now, so it's not much.
It's almost a real baby.
Yeah, almost.
6 pounds, so small. Both my babies are like 8 pounds.
Dude, they were. August was 4'4", and then he dipped, right? So he was probably like They never told me his after dip weight, but I like looking at he looked like fucking Voldemort in the subway.
The fetus.
The OG.
Yeah, he's like,
the OG
Yeah.
pictures were like,
Dude,
they were small.
You were just like, oh my God.
Because they were 33 weeks? Came out 33?
Yeah, just before 34.
Okay, so a couple weeks early.
Yeah. But twins are always.
But they're
like,
twins. They're just going to be small.
They're always early.
They're going to be small. Yeah.
Crazy. I can't believe you have twins. I can't believe you have 3 kids, number one.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
fucking
it's insane. Yeah. The second I had them and we were trying to load shit up in Nanaimo to drive home, I was like, no, I need a minivan. This SUV is not going to
You
work.
just bought
We
that
can't
van
do
like
it.
3 years ago, or that car 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was like, we can't. This isn't gonna work. I was like, we gotta trade this thing in or do something. It's van life now.
Well, because it's a small SUV too, right? It's a little Escape, right?
Yeah, it's compact. Yeah, it's just like it just doesn't like the seats all fit, but it's like you throw a stroller in the back and then you're just like
A triple stroller.
well, we didn't get this. We have a taller seat, but Roma doesn't sit, so it's just like, dude, it's brutal. Dude, it was so funny when we're loading them up to leave because then I was told to leave. We get the car seats, and I had the car seats on the smallest settings, cinched as tight as they possibly could go, and the babies they're still so loose in the car seat. I was like, "Is this okay?" She's like, "Well, I don't know what else to do." She's like, you're supposed to not be able to pinch it." If I'm like, "I'm just gonna drive slow." She's like, "Yeah,
Just drive slow.
I don't know what else to say."
Shove a little like shirt in there or something.
Yeah, I was like,
Receiving
it was so
blankets,
funny.
buddy. That's
Dude,
fucking
having
pat
kids
'em
is
up.
so fucking crazy. Because Andrew was the first to have kids, right? He had
Yeah.
had Niall first, and we give him shit
Yeah.
because he had a kid and he went, didn't want to do this stuff, this, that, and the other thing. You don't realize then you have your own kid. You're like, oh yeah, I get it.
Makes sense.
Makes sense now. Then you have
You guys don't get it.
but then you have
guys
two,
don't get it.
But then you have 2 kids, right? And then you have some friends with 1 kid, and they're like, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, you just fucking just wait. 2 kids. And then Braden decides to jump ship and go straight to 3.
The only thing that makes me feel good is we have friends in town who had 2 kids, and in the same situation as us had triplets
Oh my God.
a month before
that.
us, and I was like, dude, they have 2 that have like tummy issues that don't sleep, and they were born at 27 weeks.
Oh my God.
So they've been just having the worst time ever. So every time I think it's bad, I'm like, oh, we don't have it that bad. It's like that. And they're like, yeah, it's just, I'm like, I couldn't even imagine having a third. Like, cause everything is just like, it's the timing. Like, it's like every 3 hours we feed them for an hour. So as soon as we end this, I'm going to go in, feed one for a half hour, because it takes them a half hour to fucking eat, because they just sit there gulping slowly, and then get the next one ready, and it's usually an hour, and then so in 2 hours I got to do it all over again. Like I have 2 hour windows.
That's your next few weeks, right?
Yeah, until they start sleeping through the night, until they hit a healthy weight, like 8 pounds or 7 or 8 pounds.
Well, then you start getting to the 4 or 5 hours at a time if you're lucky for a while.
Yeah. The hardest thing too is I can see it because people have told us at the hospital and stuff. They're like, really try to keep them on the same schedule because they will want to split. Just naturally, they're different people, and you see it. Like one will start getting hungry like a half hour earlier.
Are they identical?
And identical
They are
twins.
identical, yeah.
You know what the crazy thing about having identical twins is? We were so concerned about being able to tell them apart. It's not that hard.
Not right
They
now.
have such, even now they have such different personalities, like how they how they hold their face. Like one is always eyebrows up, like, huh? What's up? Right?
Well, it'll
And the other one
become
just-
harder as they get older, probably.
Oh, for sure.
Well, yeah.
From,
they're-
in pictures, not obviously if you're going to know them firsthand,
Yeah.
but like in pictures, you'd be like, the fuck?
Yeah, even now in pictures, if Jamie sends me a picture right now, I'd have to be like, but like if I see them and I can see them move around, I'm like, I know who's
You got their own
it's not
mannerisms and
that-
stuff.
Yeah, it's not hard. August is always fucking eyebrows up, man. Always. Like what?
Renner's House of Muscle.
Like he's seen
hey?
some shit. Oh yeah,
yeah,
buddy.
buddy.
Not with that fucking picture. House of Monsters.
No, I was gonna say House of Horrors.
No kidding.
Holy fuck, dude. Yeah, but yeah, so it's been a nice couple weeks, but we'll get back to some sort of rhythm. I'm off now till January, so
the problem is you don't have daycare, so you are a full-time parent every day.
Yeah, but we have help too, so it's not that.
Toss Roman out for a day or two here and there.
Yeah, we got grandparents in town that are taking him, so this first little bit was a little bit tough, but now if with some planning, I'll be able to record again.
Yeah, it just gets.
I got to get out to the jerk shack, so even if we're just not recording, I got to get out here. I got to lie and say I'm coming to record.
100%.
So if we're not recording, you know what I'm doing.
Jerking. All right, well, that was fun. It was good to get back into it. We've been trying to push a little bit of content here and there. Released little Mild Boys that were recorded like 4 months ago. The D&D is still not done. That's my bad, but it's coming.
It's all right.
I'll tell you, it's coming. I have ideas for it. I just don't know how much time I want to put into it.
Yeah,
but we're almost time. Maybe
we got something else. We got something else cooking. Slowly.
There's something else cooking. Did you see it? No one else. Only Andrew responded to it. So
I saw it, but I was I couldn't respond at the time. I was
pretty fucking.
That was a still.
Yeah.
The actual rigs. We're very lucky that. So the bass player in my band is unemployed right now, and he has a particular set of skills that he's donating to the podcast for this first one. That's all we can say for now.
Good man.
Might, you'll see. Might be, it's HET porno, all right? I'll tell you right now. It's a porno. All four of us. Just us. All naked.
Slow jerking it.
Slow jerking. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing for you. It's going to be a hit.
We need to pump these Patreon numbers.
1,050, 51,
we got
52,
kids.
53.
I got kids to feed.
You know what? Speaking of Patreon, for a bunch of years, really just, they didn't innovate. They didn't do anything new. But these last like 4 months,
they've been killing it.
Dude, they now have a feature where we actually can upload. So if we're doing ATT, we're doing Dungeons and Dragons, Daddies and like all these different shows. This is why we went to Supercast originally, because you could do all these different podcasts under one subscription. But now Patreon has this new feature, because sometimes I get complaints on Patreon like, oh, you guys have so much stuff. Where's the fucking Dungeons and Dragons? It's so hard to find, blah, blah. Now I can actually make a bunch of podcasts that will actually go to their own podcast app on your phone, Spotify, Apple, CastBox, whatever. With one subscription, you get all, so you just know like, oh, there's a new Dungeons and Dragons. You don't have to go scrolling for it. So there's lots of cool new innovations on Patreon that we'll be exploring. It might end up in actually shutting down the Supercast, even though I don't think there's very many people on there. But
help your boys feed their kids. And I got lots of kids.
He's got 3 kids. I got
kids.
We have 7 fucking kids between us to feed.
Yeah. Between 4 of us. It's insane.
Well, I mean, Dan's got like 14 Gundams, so if you include those.
Yeah. We need food and oil.
Yeah. We need lubrication. The Gundams, so they weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Take a lot of oil.
Yeah.
You can fly in space. Damage happens. They get in sword battles. It's hard.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta replace those parts, A blade of armor. It's not cheap.
It's not cheap. Anyways, we got new Patreon supporters and stuff, but I don't have them up. We're going to read them on next week's, hopefully back to a regular case file next week. But that was fun.
Yeah, I'm working next Monday.
Well, we'll change it up. We'll figure it out. No big deal.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Peace, everybody.